Another 4 a.m. video to add to the collection. I like Zenless Zone Zero. Don't get me wrong, this is by no means a perfect game. I feel like they needed at least like an extra month or so to kind of finish ironing out some of the issues, because I feel like a lot of the things they're adding in 1.1 are things that should have just been in the game from launch. Like, why does the TV system give you so many events, especially the gates or doors that require gold to get through? Why does it have to immediately tell you? Why does Fairy essentially have to tell you, hey, this isn't smart, I actually need you to pay to get through here? Every single time. I've encountered these doors 30 times. I don't need another notification. Ignoring that. Whatever. I think Zenless Zone Zero is a fine game. I like the character designs. Nekomata, I adore her. I've invested into her. I want this C6 art. This is the first miHoYo game where I'm like, yes, I want, a bunch of the C6 standard characters. In HR, for instance, my only C6 character I wanted from the standard roster is either Clara, Yanxing, or Bailu. And I know those sound like a lot, but I don't use any of them. And Clara's gonna be replaced with Yunli pretty soon, so I can't really count her. In ZZZ though, I like Nekomata, I like her story, and I like her gameplay. So I'm going to invest more into her. And the same thing goes for Lucy and Koleda. So that's two standard characters I already like. I don't like Grace. I'm not gonna invest into Grace. Lycan though, I'd invest into him if I got him. I would not invest into Serena, but that's beside the point. I think that ZZZ is a fine game. I think there are issues that should and could be worked on and improved. I think Soldier 11 desperately needs these goggles to be maybe a little bit more transparent. I think this art here is very nice. I think that should be how it looks. I think even if we're looking into, for example, the art on her Cinema 6, this and the C6 variation, which all colored, looks nice. I legitimately like the way they do this art, and I think I honestly prefer it in most cases over HSR's variation. I think Nekomata's C6 is a bit disappointing, but Lucy's I like a lot. Soukaku is the same way. But one of the issues I think that kind of come along with these larger gachas, ZZZ, WW, and so on, is that if we're looking at it in comparison to something like HSR, from the gate of HSR, a lot of people disliked it. This is either, oh, the combat's boring, this isn't, a lot of people were essentially expecting it to be either A, the next Genshin Impact, or B, improve on the foundations of Genshin, because obviously it's a miHoYo game. And don't get me wrong, I can understand that sentiment to some degree, because I do think each miHoYo game should, at the very least, improve to some degree on something that the game has. miHoYo, for instance, went from Genshin to HSR, and HSR has a better weapon banner system. I don't understand why this system here exists, because this is not an improvement on the weapon banner system. It's a singular banner like HSR, but this is the exact copy. If it was even reduced by 10, if pity was 80 instead of 90, I could say, yeah, it's a slight improvement. It's not, no. But regardless of circumstance, I like the style. I like the animations. The character designs are wonderful. Koleda, Lucy, Nekomata, even Anby, and Korin. Soldier 11 I would count if she was better. Soukaku though, I like a lot of the designs here. And I think for the vast majority of people who are going to play this game, if you like the game, that's perfectly fine. But let's be honest here, you can't just like a miHoYo game, or really actually no, specifically a miHoYo game, I'd say. I think you got a lot of flack because yeah, you had some performance issues, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people went into it expecting it to be Genshin, and it is in a lot of scenarios different and better in some ways. I'd say the combat at least has more fluidity and flexibility in how you want to do things. It has a lot more player agency with that. Genshin has a bit more of the open world aspect done better, but Genshin also had a lot more time to work on it, even characterization. And I think with ZZZ, a lot of individuals went into it kind of expecting it to just be W but miHoYo, and it's a completely different combat style, more closely rendering Aether Gazer, I'd say. But even beyond that, it's a different game. So I don't know where the comparison's coming from. Don't get me wrong. If you like ZZZ, if you love WW, perfectly fine, more power to you. But I don't think if you're looking at anything to do with social media, you're gonna find individuals just saying, yeah, I love this game. No, you're gonna find one of two camps. People who don't play the game and trash talk the game because it exists, or people who don't like miHoYo at all and trash talk the game as a result. The individuals who have complaints about the game, play it, they have the issues with it, they have the gripes with it, they're gonna maybe mention that here and there, and they're gonna shut the fuck up. People who like the game aren't going to talk about it because they have fun with the game. And if you have fun with the game, just have fun and play it as much as you want, because generally speaking, the community perception doesn't matter at all. There are going to be people who have issues with this game, and I'm not saying this game is perfect. I want to clarify that wholeheartedly. This game has issues and it cannot be for you. But due to the way I think most social spaces work, especially in the gacha sphere, hating a miHoYo game is very popular. It's a pretty agreed upon opinion that a lot of individuals will have, because A, it gets a lot of people to rally sort of behind you, and you know it's a very common opinion, so people will agree regardless of circumstance, and B, it's just really easy to do. It's the equivalent to hating a popular anime. You don't have to play it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to have a good reason for it. You can just say it's bad, and people are like, yeah, it is pretty bad. And so if you're a player who likes this game, have fun with it. Ignore the meta, because let's be honest here, this is a horror game. In most situations, at least if you're comparing it to Genshin, you would ignore the meta. In HSR, maybe not as much, but as of right now, the roster is so small that you really don't have an option. If you ignore the meta, you can pull for characters you like in the future. Chinyi is my example. I'm skipping Julian, I've skipped Ellen, so Chinyi is my next goal. I'm skipping Jane Doe after that. But if you hate all those characters, skip, save, go for additional cinemas on a character you legitimately like, because at the end of the day, you can have a lot more fun with the game if you just sit back, casually play it and enjoy what you want, and do what you want at your own pace. I'm building Nekomata, I'm building Koleda and Lucy. They will be the strongest characters on my roster because I like them as characters. Do that. It's a gacha game. Have fun with it. You're gonna have individuals who say, this game is bad, this game is shit, don't play it. It's gonna be the same people as usual. Same people who are gonna call Genshin bad, who are gonna call HSR bad, who are gonna instead divert to, oh, HSR is more generous than something like Genshin, or generous something like W, or WW is more generous than Genshin Impact, so it's better. It doesn't fucking matter. Half of them don't really even play the game, or if they do, they just complain because it's easy content. Let's be honest, it's not very hard to say, damn, this game is bad, and get tons of people to be like, yeah, it is bad, agree with you, and now you have a new audience. No, it's a very easy, uninteresting, and subsequently non-difficult opinion to have. Basically, negativity sells. And that's gonna happen on Reddit, it's gonna happen on YouTube especially, it's gonna happen on Twitch, it's gonna happen on Twitter. 90% of the people who talk shit about Genshin on Twitter don't even play the damn game. And a good 20 to 50% of the people who talk shit about Genshin and HSR and ZZZ on YouTube just went into it looking for something to hate. Let's be honest. All in all, ignore the community of any game. It's just gonna ruin your opinion. Have fun with the game if you have fun with it. If you like it, cool, great, good for you. Enjoy the game. I've had so many different experiences innately ruined by interacting with people who either dislike the game, have grown to dislike a game, or just have differing opinions. Don't get me wrong, having different opinions is fine. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a different opinion. What I am saying though is that your opinion can directly affect the individuals around you and maybe change your perception. If you're an individual who maybe loves W and your friends love WW, and slowly, one by one, they all begin to dislike it, well, especially if they're complaining to you, they're gonna look at the game a little bit differently because the individuals who you attached your experience to have changed their mind. And so now you're looking at it like, damn, do I even wanna play this game? And basically, don't let that be you. Have fun, play the damn game, take a break when you need to take a break. You don't have to quit, you don't have to hate the game, you don't even have to discuss it. Take a break, come back, have fun. Maybe if the game isn't for you right now, leave, try it later. You can do that at any point in time. This is a gacha game, it's a miHoYo game. Let's be honest here, these games go on for years. You can take a year off and come back. I took a 2-month break from HSR. I came back, I liked the game more because I liked the plot. And I like the characters. Hakuran is one of my favorites. I took a month-long break from Genshin. I think as of right now, I'm on another break from Genshin. I'll come back. Maybe I'll like it again. Maybe I won't. That it doesn't matter. The TLDR is communities are shit, and miHoYoverse games communities are even worse. They're gonna ruin your experiences if you let them. So don't. Play the game, have fucking fun, build the characters you want, ignore the meta, pull for waifus, pull for husbandos, pull for the characters you like in the story, and ignore build guides unless you legitimately need help. Because 9 times out of 10, it's a lot more fun to just say, hey, I like this character basic attacking. I'm gonna do that. You think it's optimal for me to play Nekomata without any other physical character? No, it's not. That's why she's not using the full Fang set, because this bitch is never triggering assault on her own. And once I pull Chinyi, she's still not triggering assault. So yes, just vibe and have fun. Farm, take it at your own pace. That's the way you should do with any gacha. And I'll see you next time. This was a rant, I guess, but it's 4 a.m. So what did you expect from me? Also, side note, Nekomata, Lucy, and Koleda are very cute. I will say, however, Lucy has the best Cinema 6 arts. Nekomata barely removes anything here, and I feel like it's a little bit of disappointment. Lucy, at least, she has like the tank top on. It's very cute. And Koleda is cute, but my god, her wallpaper is so bad. I hope Chinyi and Lucy have better wallpapers than her. Either way, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, and thank you all for the happy birthday wishes.